Good with it, Gideon Blocks. What's good in the building? Welcome to the Al Jaheez podcast, aka Saturday Night Live, the Late Show.
Everybody go to breakfast.
With it.
I know holy, and I know that temple, like the Baba.
Just some Afro beats, my favorite music in the world, you know. Other than hip hop, reggae, and salsa music. I love salsa music too. Today we're gonna talk about. Hold on.
for me, for I make you know.
All right. What's good with it, y'all? Welcome to the Al Jaheez podcast with your boy Gullah Jabiri in the building, man. Please hit subscribe, hit that button. Shout out to the pseudo killers. Shout out to my family because I'm a branch of the pseudo killers, and also a branch of moving. Me and my brother got street Sufis in the building. Please like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Peace, Cuban. Peace, Cuban. Oh yeah. Talk about African spirituality today, especially West African spirituality, not the Niger-Congo, religion and medicine. See, I got my Orisha beads on, 7 powers, you know what I'm saying? Got my necklace, a 7-power necklace with my Ayahuasca piece. Somebody call her the Black Medusa, but she's really Ayahuasca in the Yoruba, in the Fan culture. Yeah, though, man. We're gonna talk about I think West African I think West African spirituality. I'm more of a science guy myself personally, but there are scientists that are Muslim. There are scientists that are Jewish. Even though they separate their scientific thoughts and their traditions, their ancestral traditions differently. So I have no problem going to a black church. It's part of my ancestral roots. My ancestors paid tribute to that. When I talk about a black church specifically, yeah, it's syncretism in it, but it's still linkages of the history. It tells the history. You go to a black church, you still see that African, especially that West African, even though it's not recognized by most of the fundamentalists, but you still see that West and Central African culture celebrated or practiced. I ain't gonna say celebrate, but practice in the black church, from the shouting, the call and command, the drum beat. You know what I'm saying? The even the rhythm, the rhythmatism in the black church. And then too, African spiritual, Western Central African spiritual systems or religions, I still respect that because these are the thought processes and the thought program of our direct ancestors. It's not Egyptian. It's not the Egyptian Hotepan philosophies and all that. I'm going to our direct lineage, what our ancestors believe. Even as African Americans or African of the diaspora, we still practice in these traditions, not even recognizing that they come from these Western Central African traditions every single day. Every single day, no matter if it was some type of superstition that we got in our culture, some type of food ritual, even saying songs, all that it comes from Western Central African spirituality or religions. It really is. Religion and spirituality is the same. Religion actually comes from the Latin word reguli, which just means the cycles. The things that the Roman Empire conquered. When the Roman Empire conquered many areas, they came in contact with different people that practice different religions. So they call these different these different practices and rituals these people will practice. They call them the religions. People that was doing things, it means to link back. People that was doing things annually, linking back ritually. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this knowledge, get into the facts. Peace, Cuban, my boy Cuban in the building. My ad, I hope he stick around a little later when I open up the panel. He can come on the show. I got Lamar Pope. You know, so right on for support, right on for the support, bro. And also too, man, another thing as well. If you want to support me and support my channel, you also can like and follow me and my wife's business page, One Love Financial Services. And me and my wife, we are tax professionals. We can prepare your taxes, do your taxes for you the rightful way, not no legal, not no scam, not no legal stuff. We within the law. Like me and my wife business, we actually have a EFIN ID or EFIN license to legally process taxes. So hit up One Love Financial Services, and we are a digital business, so we can do your taxes from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to go anywhere. You have to worry about getting sick, getting in contact with people. You know, because I know, COVID is still going around, and we service all 50 states. One Love Financial Services, we service all 50 states. So people like, oh, you live in Houston, so how you do my taxes, saying I live in New York or something. We it's all digital. All you gotta do is my wife interview you. We have you download the app. Your app is private. Your business and files are private to you. And we communicate the way. We get your taxes filed through the IRS, professional. And we get it back pretty quick too. What's good? Got my West African brother Malik Kamara in the building. What's good with it, bro? Just had to sip on some of the spirits for the ancestors, a little bit of libation. That we drinking on that Appleton Jamaican rum. Shout out to Gideon Block. We sipping on Jamaican rum tonight. It's a late night show. We do grown man things on here. Okay, I'm gonna get into my sources. Camera. I'm gonna give me a camera too. So I really got people like and subscribe to this channel. We really get this channel going. Get a lot of things, investments to this channel, like cameras. It can grow, get bigger. You know what I'm saying? If you like the information that you're hearing on this channel, Al Jahid's podcast. Okay, let me get into my sources. I'm a very advocate of Christopher Ehret's Civilizations of Africa. That's what I've been kind of feeding my Niger-Congo journey, and one of the main sources I use. I use other sources as well. This is mainly the main source I'm gonna use tonight for this subject matter. Subscribe. Pull up the book digitally. I have the physical copy too, but I'm gonna pull up Scribe so the audience, y'all can read along with me. Kind of dialogue after that, after the lesson. See, Scribe change to Everland. Just a minute, y'all. Hold on, man. Okay. What is this? Computer straight trip. Close my program. What's going on with this computer? My computer tripping, y'all. Bear with me. Oh, here we go, y'all. Just a minute. Computer was tripping. My computer be tripping, man. Hold on. Hey. I forgot Scribe changed their name to Everland. Wow, that wasn't popping up. It's like a book. It's a book. It's a digital book company. I have a subscription with. I can get free audio books and ebooks and things of that nature, as long as I have a subscription. And they have Civilizations of Africa on it. Christopher Eric, one of my favorite books. Peace, six figure. Okay, here we go. Say books. Book go. Ebooks. What's my save book? Here we go. Let's go to the search bar. Oh, let's get a computer. Civilizations. Africa. Here we go. You know how sometimes websites, when it's on your phone, you got the app, be different on the desktop sometimes. Weird to navigate through, but I got it now. Okay, we in there. We in there like swimwear. Yeah, right on y'all for rocking with me, y'all patience. Okay. This way. In the last show, we talked about, Niger-Congo civilizations and their technology, innovations, and things of that nature. And I say that deserves in itself a series. This as well as this one. This is an overview and introduction to the subject matter because I'm kind of just doing this. This is a series in itself as an overview on Niger-Congo culture, you know what I'm saying, from starting, I started all the way from the Western Sudan, and I'm going all the way into the Bantu migrations. But also, I'm gonna have little spin-off subject matters from this. Like what I was talking about, even the ironwork. When I start talking about the Iron Age, that deserves a category or a little mini series of its own, different podcast shows and subject matters and discussion. Definitely share my screen so y'all can see what I'm seeing. Okay, y'all can see that. Let me know if y'all can see that. Y'all can see the screen. Put a one in the chat if you can see the screen. And again, this is Christopher Ehret's Civilizations of Africa. It's the whole book. I also had a physical copy as well. See, yeah, okay, right on, y'all, right on, y'all. Gracias, Cuban. Mucho gracias. Okay, okay, yeah. Religion. Okay, I'm trying to blow this up a little bit more. Yeah, blow this up. Here we go. Here we go. Religion and medicine in Niger-Congo civilization. As for Niger-Congo religion, it proves useful once again to divide our considerations under two headings. How did Niger-Congo religion conceive of the realm of spirit, and how did it dwell with the problem of evil? Niger-Congo religion recognized a series of levels of spirits as the apex of the system, but of little direct consequence in everyday religion. There was a quote unquote God as a distant figure who was the first cause or creator. In this sense, the ancient Niger-Congo peoples were monotheistic or monotheists. This particular concept accepted certainly by the 6th millennium BCE because because we can reconstruct a specific word for the creator God in Yemen. In Yemen, you could in Yemen, you also study in Yemen symbol in the Khan culture. But this particular term, the root term in Yemen, is just an example used for the other no the diversity of the Niger Congo cultures and the cognitive of their word where they have their different creator gods, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have different it changes. Like even in Yoruba culture, their creator god is Obatala. But it depends on too, because you got different subgroups of Yoruba culture as well. I might have some a totally different way of pantheonage or different definition system. They say in Yemen in the Proto-Beni language. When we talked about the Beni people earlier, this is a Beni is a branch of Niger-Congo, which would be the ancestor to, of course, Bantu comes out of Beni. You know what I'm saying? Beni Congo itself comes out of Beni. You also have the Western, what's considered the Western Beni Congo or Beni language groups, which were the Yoruboid, the Edoid and Igboid, you know what I'm saying, Khan, all them different type of languages come from, like those Delta or those Volta Congo languages. But but the belief in the creator is by means restricted to Beni peoples. I'm say it again. But the belief in a creator God is by no means restricted to Beni people. Its wide distribution among Niger-Congo speakers indicate that it may well go back to the beginning of Niger-Congo civilization. You know, this particular concept. And it say the second kind of spirit dwelled within a particular territory and was believed to be able to influence events there. We can call it, therefore, a territorial spirit. The domain of such a spirit might be a particular river, as among peoples living in an area like the Niger Delta, abounding in rivers, or its domain might be the drainage basin of a particular stream, as we know was true in the Kingdom of Congo 500 years ago, or some other geographically definable existent expanse of land. And they say the most crucial spirits in the religious uh, observance and ritual belong to a third category. These were the ancestors. It would be wrong to say that. See, this is what they breaking down. You had three levels. You had three levels or three hierarchies of spirits. You know what I'm saying? And or deities, deity types within the Niger-Congo civilizations. You had the one omnious creator deity, which represents all the powers. Then you had the territorial deities, which represents the nature, the deities in nature around us, the things in nature around us, the personifications of the nature around us. For as like the river deities, like Oshun, like Yemaya, the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Oya, you know what I'm saying? The Storm Queen, you know what I'm saying? This different aspects, or Shango, you know what I'm saying? Thunder the deity. These different things that elements in nature just give personification. And then third, what we can talk about, you have the ancestral deity. You have the ancestral spirits, or the ancestor. You know what I'm saying? The ancestral aspects. You know what I'm saying? In nature itself. In these people, in these Niger-Congo, or our ancestors' world, we can say. When they talk about the Egypt, they say, "Oh, my ancestors is." When we talk about this subject, man, we really can say our ancestors, because these are our direct ancestors. And two, on the side note, y'all know, Brother Gullah, I am unapologetically. I'm not gonna say I'm unapologetically African. It's different ways to be African, different types of African. But I'm definitely unapologetically Niger-Congo. For real, for real. Or Niger-Gaddafi. Niger Saharian. You know what I'm saying? And they say the most crucial spirits in the religious observance and ritual belong to a third category. These were ancestors. It would be it would be wrong to say that ancestor spirits were worshipped rather than they were venerated. They deserve a required respect and remembrance. They would greatly affect the lives of the people were here and now, and people prayed to them and made offering to them. The ancestors came first to the people's mind in time of crisis or of blessing. In keeping with the centrality of ancestors, it would have been the role of the Omokumo, as we have seen we talked about that earlier. Is he like the Omokumo is like a universal term for like a priest or priest chief, you know what I'm saying, or priest, you know what I'm saying, within Niger Congo culture, who will have a direct which will give the people a direct doorway or direct mediator between the people in the spiritual realm. Something like a Batalao, I mean, something like a Babalao or Hogan, you know what I'm saying, voodoo. Like a priest, you know what I'm saying, a priest. Or priestess. It could be a priestess as well. Niger Congo culture. And they say the role, and I'm gonna say the many different Niger Congo cultures. And I say, in keeping the centrality of ancestors, it would have been the role of the Omokumo, as we have seen, as we have seen, to preside over the ritual relations between the community as a whole and its ancestors as a collective. And it say from the beginning of Niger Congo civilization, evil was thought to have two principal causes. It would relate from negative, from I mean, it will result from neglect of the ancestors or from the actions of an ancestor spirit who had been an evil or malicious person when alive. Or it could be due to the malice, hate, or envy of a living person whose malicious will manifests itself in quote unquote witchcraft. By witchcraft we mean the use of medicines and spells to bring harm to others. We must be careful in our use of the term witch and witchcraft to translate the various words applied to this set of beliefs in the different Niger Congo religions. See how Christopher Eric writes, you know what I'm saying? He said, you know what I'm saying? He said, you know, quote unquote witchcraft. He says witchcraft. He just said quote unquote because the outsider will probably call this witchcraft. We all know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, we all know, but you know what I'm saying? I know, and the people who study this subject matter know that this wouldn't even be really witchcraft. Witchcraft is a whole different definition system. Witchcraft is Wicca. Wicca is a European, you know what I'm saying, is a European system. More so like you know, like the runic and like the Celtic, and it's their tribal beliefs. It's the Europeans' tribal beliefs. When they were more tribal. But yeah, but some of that stuff, I ain't gonna lie, some of that stuff, Wicca, because of colonialism, Wicca did get influenced. I'm gonna say influenced, but I'm gonna say Wicca and African spiritual system like hoodoo root work did get somewhat synchronized with Wicca by way of colonialism, because having contact with Europeans, what I'm saying, they did bring, even though they a lot of them was Christian, a lot of them still brought some of their old traditions, what I'm saying, low key too, like witchcraft. That's why Salem and all this, that's why I was killing witches and shit. You still had Europeans fucking with their old roots and shit too back then. And sometimes too, they the first matter of fact, the first can't think of her name, but the first um person that they killed in the Salem witch trial, they said that she practiced witchcraft. Is they said some say she was either Native American, some say she was African descent woman in the colony in Salem, and some even say she might have been a mixed woman of Native American and African ancestry who practiced her root traditions, and they were saying they killed her. These Christians killed her, said she practiced witchcraft or whatever. But then again, let me get back to it. Christopher Eyre was saying, he said, or it could be due to the malice hate. He said what they consider evil, what Niger-Congo people consider evil. Or it could be due to the malice, hate, or envy of a living person whose malicious will manifest itself in witchcraft. By witchcraft, quote unquote, mean by quote unquote witchcraft, we mean we mean the use of medicines and spells to bring harm to others. We must be careful in our use of the terms quote unquote witch and witchcraft to translate to the various words applied to this set of beliefs in the direct Niger-Congo languages. For modern day Americans, witchcraft conjures up Halloween images of ugly hag flying on broomsticks. See, he said, I'm saying what I said. In the late medieval European thought, a different, nastier image of agents of the devil was imposed on people, usually women believed to be witches. Neither of these ideas has any validity for our understanding of Niger-Congo views. There was no devil in Niger-Congo belief systems. See how they like, even like sometimes they're in Hollywood, even they try to like uh put uh Baba Legba as the devil or whatever. Even other coaches, so they look at the trickster god as the devil or some shit like that. It's just the trickster god. You don't literally have to be evil or something bad or negative. That comes with Christianity and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because even in you know what I'm saying, indigenous European cultures before Christianity spread it, they had in Norse religion they got Loki. You know what I'm saying? Loki is somewhat a deity that's similar to like Baba Legba, Nancy, and other, what I'm saying, tricked or even Hades or some shit. Which is more so like a trickster deity. Even in West African culture, and in West African diaspora culture, you got Braille Rabbit. This is another trickster deity. You know what I'm saying? He not evil. You know what I'm saying? But even in, so they go back to Lee Bugs Bunny, what I'm saying? He's Brer Rabbit. Bugs Bunny is the same. Bugs Bunny is an African deity. Yet people don't know that. What I'm saying? Bugs Bunny is an African deity, Brer Rabbit. What I'm saying? African American deity. But the Brer Rabbit is not even really a rabbit. It goes back to the Savannah hare. Let's look up the Savannah hare. What I'm saying? The Savannah hare is, what I'm saying, is West African indigenous African hare. You know what I'm saying? Or ligamorph. You know what I'm saying? They deified that, you know what I'm saying, as the trickster, because it was hard to hunt, hard to catch that so fast. And in some cultures, you know what I'm saying, the spider was their culture. You know what I'm saying? The Khan culture, it was the Nancy, you know what I'm saying, the spider. Was good with a Chef Ron. And they say, and Eric say, he said there was no devil in Niger-Congo belief system. Quote unquote, witches were similarly individuals driven by malice, hate, or envy, and they would be men or women, you know what I'm saying, in West African culture. And they basically were like, what they would see was evil people were like people who, you know, people or priests. I guess these would be priests or like I said, the Okomo. These particular Okomo people or these priestly type people in the society, you know what I'm saying, would use this religion or belief system in the form of saying that they hate or use these to hurt other people. You know what I'm saying? To put dirt on other people. This could be a man or a woman though. Let me say, but the consequences of these activities could be the very dire indeed. People in Niger-Congo civilizations faced with undeserved evil happenings, such as persistent or bad illness or personal, family, or community misfortune, turned for help of a specialist, the doctor divine. This man or woman was a person with the extensive training or in knowledge of medicines. So it's like the root doctor, you know what I'm saying, or the witch doctor, or like the root man, you know what I'm saying, in African American diaspora culture. The Baba Lao, you know what I'm saying? Let's say knowledge of medicines. Let's say this individual had training in knowledge of medicines derived from natural sources, some actually effective, and some only thought to be effect efficacious, effect effect efficacious. Uh, but like some of these, like some of the roots, like some of the herbs and shit, some of this shit work sometimes. You know what I'm saying? In Niger-Congo culture, because this shit, a lot of this shit, even like modern medicine, some of this shit come from them herbs. They make it more synthetic and turn it to a pill form, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of the medicines and shit come from herbs and different plants and shit. Some of the ingredients, some of the even modern medicine, some of this shit, but they had the raw form in these ancient cultures, Niger-Congo cultures. You know what I'm saying? So some of that shit work because this is a religion. So no, we know religion is it's not science, so it's not factual all the time. So Some of this shit worked. Some of it was factual. It's it's pseudo. You know what I'm saying? Pseudo mean quasi. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit worked. Some of it didn't work. It was just a belief. They believed it worked. But some of them roots and herbs actually did heal some things and I say treated some illnesses. You know what I'm saying within a society. And and a person skilled and it say this all it say that's also a person. It's a person and a person skilled in reading people. It's like it's kind of like the palm reader or the fortune teller. This is something that person they come from West African culture. And they say in the southern United States. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? This is another dagger for them abos, the people who think we from somewhere else and not Niger-Congo people. You know what I'm saying? Another dagger for the Egyptomaniac. Because we are Niger-Congo people. We are Niger-Congo Creoles due to colonialism. And they say, and it goes for not just us in the United States. You know what I'm saying? All the African, what I call African Americans. I consider African Americans people from Canada, black people that's in Mexico, you know what I'm saying, Costa Chica, that's the Americas. You know what I'm saying? Central America, the Caribbeans, Africans, anybody, if you African descent in them areas, you know what I'm saying, you African American. You know what I'm saying? South America, you know what I'm saying? The Africans there. Guyana, all them different areas. But I just consider us, you know what I'm saying, in the United States, I put US on. I don't play, you know what I'm saying? We US Americans. You know what I'm saying? I don't use the colloquial dummy down, oh, I'm American. It's just some dummy down white boy ignorant shit that they create. You know what I'm saying? Only reason they call us Americans, just Americans, is because it's the only country or nation in the Americas with the nation's name, with the continent's name in the nation's name. You know, so that's the only reason. But other than that, we are the USA, United States of America. America is the fucking continent. You know what I'm saying? If you all fucking over here and you African descent, you African American. You know what I'm saying? When they made them maps and shit, and Marigo, Visigo, when he made them fucking maps, I'm gonna look this to show you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a show about that shit too. You see them early maps when he made them early maps, and they would say, "Oh, this is America," because America is a Latin term. You know what I'm saying? The Latin motherfuckers was over here way before motherfuckers was over here speaking English and shit. English came over here late. The motherfuckers, if you really know history, real history, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with history. I don't just fuck with no black history. I fuck with history. If you study real history, you know what I'm saying, and really understand what that all that Pirates of the Caribbean shit really about, these fucking European different European nations that wasn't fucking with each other. They wasn't united like that. Them motherfuckers, this wasn't no one thing. You know what I'm saying? The Portuguese, the Spanish, the motherfucking French, all these Latin speakers were here first. We're in the Americas first. Latin, you know what I'm saying? Italians, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Christopher Columbus was Italian. All these Latin people, which was the seeds of Rome. These are the bastards of Rome. You know what I'm saying? The leftovers after the Roman destruction, all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? These Latin speakers was in the Americas first. You know what I'm saying? America is a Latin term. If you look at them old maps, I'm gonna say again, I'm getting to when we get to them old maps, and you look at the maps what Visico America made, for most of the map, he shows South America and the fucking Caribbean. And a little bit of the Southern America, like Florida and all of some of the territories, the Spanish and mostly Spanish in the northern area, because the Portuguese had mostly just Brazil, it's a big territory. You know what I'm saying? But most of the Spaniard territories, which is in the southern United States areas and regions. Florida, Mexico, Louisiana, you know what I'm saying, Gulf Coast and all them regions. That was all Spanish. Spanish was in Mississippi and shit before the British and all them motherfuckers came over. You know what I'm saying? The French, the French had motherfucking the whole Mississippi River all the way from Louisiana all the way up to motherfucking Canada. And let me show you, okay. And they say right here, and they say in the southern United States, the role of the conjuring man or conjuring woman had its historical roots in this Niger-Congo cultural position. Her or his job was the divine or underlying cause of bad happenings to diagnose whether the malice of an enemy, quote unquote, witchcraft, or the failure to look properly after the spirits of the ancestors was at fault, and to prescribe remedies. One of the remedies might be identifying and expelling the witch from society, hence misleading and no longer acceptable English translations of African word for this person uh, as quote unquote witch doctor. Yep, and this let me see. Yeah, but then that's it for that section about Niger Congo, you know what I'm saying, religion. And their concepts, the concept of medicine, healing. That's what mostly about. You know what I'm saying? Even if you look at even if you look at like the religion, the way African people in diaspora, Africans in the Americas, uh, you look at the synchronism with their version of Christianity. Their version of like Christianity is all about healing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if you look at church, that when they make the testimonies, it's all about, oh, I went to the doctor. Doctor said the cancer wasn't there no more and all that. You know what I'm saying? That come from Niger Congo culture. You know what I'm saying? They went to the healer, they went to the witch doctor, they went to the Babalao. You know what I'm saying? They went to they went to the Okumo, the African that African herdman or spiritual leader. You know what I'm saying? For particular remedies. Even in the blacksmith culture, you know what I'm saying? The blacksmith culture, they was looked at as sorcerers too, even though they ain't had nothing to do with like medicine and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with these elements and uh, metals and chemicals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fusing these elements into a shape. That was like a magical power to Niger Congo people. That was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, put the link in the chat. If you want to join in. conversation. Go to my Zoom real quick. I'm gonna send a link in the chat as I had to set it up. Yeah, it's alchemy, basically alchemy, yeah. But even them, like the Mende people, they wouldn't have called it. They wouldn't call it alchemy. With the Islamic world would have called it alchemy. You know what I'm saying? But they still would have looked at these individuals who had this technique or secret society around metallurgy. Look at them as having a particular power. If you look at even if you look read about the epic of Sanjeta, the griots and shit. You know what I'm saying? They tell about uh, how the Soso, you know what I'm saying? The Soso were a particular Mandi group who specialized in metalwork. You know what I'm saying? Iron and shit. And the king, he was, you know what I'm saying? The Soso king was considered a sorcerer. You know what I'm saying? He was a metal, you know what I'm saying? Come from a lineage of metallurgists. But yeah, they're right though. But yeah, but most definitely you're right. Definitely would be considered alchemy. You know what I'm saying? In the modern sense. Put the link in the chat. You might want to add to the conversation, man. Let me say I got another source too, though. I got a Cambridge source. Yeah, talk about Niger-Congo religion a little bit. Let's see, look that up real quick. I think I got that in my document. Let me see. Here we go. Mm-mm. Yep, got it right here. Share my screen real quick. Here we go. Another arid source. Uh, Africa from 48,000 to 9,500 BCE. And this is a Kane. This is Christopher Everett's in the Cambridge book, History of Africa. So, this is where I got that map from. I show where early Niger-Congo, or the ancestors of Niger-Congo people even came from in the first place, in the Western Sudan regions. In the area, still in the now basin, you know what I'm saying, but in the area in between Chad and the Nile. He covered a lot of history here. Here we go. We talk about northeastern Africa, 22,012, 70 BCE. We talk about the three, you say immediately north of East Africa lay another region of key significance for the African history of the last glacial maximum, the earliest speech territories of three major language families of Africa clustered in those regions. It's an observance among too far. Yeah. All right. And say, okay. And say Nilo-Saharan between the Nile and the western edges of Ethiopian highlands. Afrasians, also called Afroasiatic, in the highlands, and Niger-Congofian, which is the ancestor of Niger-Congo, and Congofian, in the modern day southern Sudan, probably in areas immediately west of the Nile. Talk about a little about religion. Yeah, right here say the likely earliest form of institution among Niger-Congofian, which was same as Niger. When I say Niger-Congofian, that's the ancestor of Proto Niger-Congo. You know what I'm saying? The ancestors of Niger-Congo people coming from the Western Sudan. He's still the same people. And it's the likely earliest form of this institution among Niger-Congofian people would have been localized lineages of relatively shallow generational depth rather than clans common in later historical eras. In the matrilineal system, one belonged to the lineage or clan of one's mother not one's father. Shamanism, we get into the religion part. Shamanism surely remained the prevailing form of religious belief. Let me say, and observance among early Niger-Congo communities in southern Sudan, since it persisted as living tradition down to recent times among peoples of Kadofian branch of the family. They say, and they say, interestingly, okay, Nilo-Saharan and Niger-Congo people anciently appear to have shared a particular idiom supportive of masculinity, both among Nilo-Saharan peoples such as the Uduk of Sudan and among the Niger-Congo peoples such as the Khan of Ghana. There has existed a belief, a probable shared inheritance going back to South Sudan origins of both families during the glacial maximum. The one blood, the one's blood comes from one's mother. That one is the literal blood descendant of one's mother, but not one's father. One may inherit other features from one father, but not one's blood. And they say, the Afrasian people of the last glacier operated out of the set of cultural persistent and practices rather different from those Niger-Condofian and Nilo-Saharan communities. And get into something else. That's another subject matter. Let's see, okay, here we go. And it say the earliest Afrasian people resided differing from us. It's being collected. Okay. So this is about Afroasiatic peoples. So that's another subject, man. I ain't gonna get into that. Yeah, yeah, that's it. It's basically talking about that, more matrilineal. Yeah, though, man. I'm like, maybe somebody want to add to the conversation, but since not, I'm probably gonna end the show. End it on that note. We're gonna get into, another subject matter later. Might get to the more so the Bantu, get into the Bantu migrations, the Bantu expansions. That's gonna be more my next subject matter overview. Then after that, I'm gonna get to more detailed presentations and series. Like I'm talking about the iron smelting, even the different, religions within within Niger-Congo cultures and the different religions you find of West African and Central African, West and Central African cultures and Niger-Congo speakers that you find all throughout the diaspora. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Santeria, you know what I'm saying, Shay, you know what I'm saying, the religions you find in Brazil, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, voodoo, you know what I'm saying, different voodoos all over the Americas, hoodoo, root work, you know what I'm saying, southern states. We get to all of that. The different, religions you find throughout South America, Brazil, you know, Guyana. We'll cover anywhere, anywhere Africa was at, they bring their spiritual system aspects, to that region. Yeah, though, on that note, man, right on for rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Please like, you know what I'm saying, the Al He's podcast. Next week, I'm gonna get more intensive. We're gonna talk about the Bantu expansion. A lot of people want to really hear about that. So many people get that wrong. A lot of these pseudos get it wrong. Having the Bantus coming from Egypt, it's gonna put a lot of that to rest. With that said, you know what I'm saying? We talk about the Niger-Congo religion and medicine. So what this said is Ashe. See y'all next Saturday. I'm gonna get it in. I know I've been away. I haven't did a show quite a couple Saturdays. I've been spending a lot of time with my wife's, you know what I'm saying? So you had to get it in, had to get the time in. That's real important. But yeah, though, holla at me. Yeah, holla at me, y'all. Right on for y'all support. Rocking with me, you know what I'm saying, tonight. Peace.